Hello, everyone, and welcome to All Access Live. I'm John Samuel, and today we have some very, very special guests with me today. We have my friends Melanie Sanders and Susie Silver. So, welcome, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is a really cool episode because we were just talking about in the what's it called,
Like
Melanie?
a green room.
A green room. Yeah, really here. We have a green room, and we were hanging out in the green room, and saying we felt like it's TRL. We have a special video we're going to be playing today, which launched yesterday, which is "Who We Are" by Autumn Nicholas, and we're going to get into that today and talk about the origins of it, and to talk about how we casted that with these two special guests today. So, Melanie, without further ado, I'd love to just kind of get, how did this all come about? Who thinks about creating a music video? Like, I would never think about that. That was MTV, not diversity and inclusion.
That's what we do at Walk West. We create all kinds of different videos for clients. And one of our special clients is the diversity movement. Don Thompson, who's the CEO of the diversity movement, and he was a CEO at Walk West. We were just talking about, like, what can we do that's different and to really get this message out. And we were brainstorming ideas for a video for the diversity movement. And I just thought, well, why don't we do a video that's not focused on the actual company, the diversity movement, but the passion of the diversity movement and why they do the things they do. And it's all about the people in our community and what makes us so different and so special. And so I had worked with Autumn Nicholas when Walk West had produced their pre-show last year for Band Together, and they featured Autumn. And as soon as I heard her, I thought, I really want to work with her. Like, I want to work with her again beyond Band Together's event. And I told her that. And I'm sure she probably just like, yeah, whatever. Like, people say that all the time. But then, like, randomly, 6 months later, I text her and I said, hey, I'm serious. I want to work with you. And I've spoken with Don, and I told Don about Autumn. And he said, just not even like he had heard my vision, but I don't think he totally understood the vision yet. And then I just said, he goes, just do it, Melanie. And I was so appreciative that Don had that much trust,
Mm-hmm.
He's like, just produce it. What do you think? And I reached out to Autumn, and she's very, very passionate about diversity in her own personal life, but just also spreading that message as well. And then Autumn and all the diversity crew and Susie and everybody, we all got on a call, and everybody just sort of, vibed. And it was like we all were on the same tone and the same message and mission. And it all just came together really well. But it started as just a random conversation with, what can we do and to make a cool video for the diversity movement. And I was like, a music video. Awesome woman that I heard recently.
No, I love it. I mean, because we were just talking about this beforehand in the green room. Susie, you were talking about how music videos and MTV was almost your introduction to diversity. Could you kind of go into that?
Yeah, yes, we were talking about that. Growing up, and I am, I grew up in a place that wasn't necessarily super diverse, and seeing people that were different than me, understanding other stories and narratives in life outside of myself, and always feeling quite connected in a way that I wanted to learn, but I also wanted to be active. That started really young, but it did start with a lot of pop culture references, which we know they're not always accurate, right? So we can address that. But for me as a child, growing up in the 80s, and then as a teenager in the 90s, there were a lot of things that were presented through the avenue of music and music videos and visuals. I'm an artist as well, so I connect with visuals. And so thanks for asking that. But that is
No, because I'm with you, right? I think we're both in that same age group, and how MTV and music videos played a big impact on my life, and being able to see back then, that's a lot of my background. And so when you see me with pop colors, and maybe because of that 80s influence, that's what I last saw. Maybe that was what it was cool back then. So, but Mel, you are usually behind the camera, and to kind of really be thinking about this kind of vision that you had. yeah, and it's cool that Dawn was all in on this. But how did you make this a reality? Like, what was kind of the steps? Kind of what did you have to do? You had the artist, you had the buy-in from the senior leadership. You have a cool team with Susie and the TDM folks.
Yes.
Then what was next?
It was finding all of the people in the video. You know, I reached out to Susie and I was like, because she's got a great network, obviously a diverse network. And I'm thinking, who do we need to feature in this video that will really give a good representation of our community? And before I really delve into each person that we decided to sort of highlight in the video, we should show the video.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. This is who we are.
Yeah. But I'd actually want to take a step back before even casting it, because how did you come up with the lyrics? How did that all come about?
Well, Autumn wrote the lyrics.
Oh, she did.
She wrote the lyrics. She's a wonderful songwriter. I was really happy the fact that Autumn was open to having other people sort of delve into some of the lyrics. Like there were people from the diversity movement that had they dabbled into it. I dabbled into a couple of lines. So it was really a collaborative effort. Autumn obviously wrote the whole thing, and she did the sound and all of that, because she also plays guitar and all of that. But we were able to sort of tweak some of the lyrics to make them more of our own. And that was really, really special.
That's very cool. You know, I think that because I do want to get into the the casting for the video, because I actually had an opportunity to participate in it, and I got to hear the lyrics before and this music before actually saying yes to it, and it was just hearing those words and just hearing the sound, and it was just like, I'm all in. And so I would love to let's roll this. But Melanie, can you introduce the video, and then we'll play that, Sharon, and we'll go from there.
All right, let's listen to Who We Are from Autumn Nicholas.
Walking in someone else's shoes, seeing it from a different view, learning to appreciate our differences for the better. So much more than our backgrounds, deeper than a you or a pronoun. As unique as you are, you yourself are strong. Let's bring the change, put the work in. Let's bring the change, gotta put the work in. Let's bring the change, it's so worth it. We all belong, we all deserve, we all have voices to be heard. It's who we are, who we are, who we are. Yeah, take some courage and a little bit of unknown, mixed with kindness and watch how it grows. It's who we are, it's who we are. I'm trying to get the lens in focus so we can see eye to eye. I know that the grass is greener when we see the other side. Even if courage is borrowed, then there's hope for our tomorrows. And believe we're all worth it, can be the change, put the work in. We all deserve, we all have voices to be heard. It's who we are, who we are, who we are. Yeah, take some courage and a little bit of unknown, mixed with kindness and watch how it grows. It's who we are, it's who we are. Oh, to be the change, we gotta put the work in. Oh, to be the change, put the work in. You put the work in, gotta put the work in.
I'm talking borrowing courage, and there's certain lines throughout it, putting the work in, of course, and a little bit of that unknown, and it's just really just so powerful, and I love it, and thank you for putting this out there for everyone. And
thank you, John, for being in it. I mean, your family, your beautiful family is also in the video. And you were one of the people that we initially wanted in the video. And I will tell you that one of the best things about producing this video it was the fact that so many people were interested in it. You know, been a reporter for 20 years before I got into video production at Walk West. And, you know, you get used to calling people and them not wanting to be interviewed or not wanting to be involved. But in this case, you know, people I called, I said, you know, I told them about the video. Often I didn't really start to seek out a lot of different people to be highlighted in the video until the song was done, so that they could hear it and feel it and understand what that mission is, as opposed to just calling people and saying, we're doing a video about diversity, will you be in it? And people are like, I don't know, right? I don't know what this video is going to look like. And will it represent what I feel? And so having that completed song and playing it for them, and then hearing the excitement in their voice going, oh my God, I love that song, you know, and yes, I want to be a part of it. And, you know, just sort of delving into the people who were involved, and like Desmond Jackson, you know, who is our Paralympian locally. I mean, his people were excited about him being in it. And then the drag queen story hour, that was amazing, because we not only had to get permission from them to use their video, but also the kids who were listening to the story hour, right? And their parents were like, yes, we can be involved in that. And so highlighting, you know, different religions and family types and all of that, and just people in general. King Godwin, when we went over to talk to him, he's the sweetest young man and super talented, obviously. But his whole family, I met both of his parents and his brother. They were just so happy to see that people recognize the beauty in that diversity in their son, you know. And that was just one of the best parts of producing this video, is meeting these different people and then showing their excitement. And one more thing, going to 321 Coffee, where they employ people who have Down syndrome and various other things going on. I will say that they were so nice and so thankful. Lindsay, who started 321 Coffee, was so thankful and happy that we were showcasing them. And everybody just had a little bit of, like, a little tidbit in the video, right? You know, no one had like this huge cameo where they're just like on the screen for 30 seconds. They're only on the screen for like 6 or 7 seconds, but it mattered. You know, you connected with them even with that little bit of time. And so I'm just very appreciative of how much warmth we received in the fact that these people wanted to participate. The Courage soccer team, you know, there's that wonderful shot of Jessica McDonald and, you know, doing the headbutting, and they were excited about it. And we actually had to go all the way up through ESPN to get permission.
Wow.
Yeah, Megan, who works in their marketing department, you know, she really did. She put the work in, right? And she, you know, got the permission for us to be able to use that, just that little clip. It took a minute to get approval for that. And so we're really thankful that so many people took part, wanted to take part. And I think that that's also a testament to what the video is saying. It's like, we've got to do this together, put the work in. Let's be the change. Let's together be the change. And that's really promising.
For sure. No, thank you so much for being intentional about it, and you know, about making, you know, really truly providing a diverse group of folks out there in this video. And shout out to my girl Lindsay Reg over at 321 and their work. And so but, you know, Susie, you did a lot in terms of casting this and tap into your network. So how was it for you to really kind of get these folks in to buy in and do all that?
Well, Melanie came into a meeting, you know, an internal meeting with the diversity movement, and played the song. So as Melanie said, you wanted people to hear it. And our whole team really felt it. And some people had heard it a little bit before. I am an emotional person, and I had a very emotional response. One, who I am in my own life, the work that we do, what we believe in at the diversity movement. And I felt it. And then Melanie said, hey, I need your help thinking about who we cast. And I really jumped on that. I don't know if she was expecting it, but it was within, I don't know, half an hour. I just filled out this sheet and I said, here off the top of my head are some people that I truly feel would be wonderful in this, and I don't know if they'll say yes or no. Some people I didn't know personally, but I just, from the community and the network had, within my scope. And I just also felt like, as we're saying, let's do this together. If anybody knows me out there, I love brainstorming and I love collaboration and I deeply love my community. And this was a way to show up, in a different way than the day-to-day doing the work we do at Diversity Movement or my work in the community. It was a different way to show up. And so, I filled in a lot of information, and then Melanie and I talked a few times. I mean, in one of the shots, it's my neighbor 2 houses down who is a veteran, and we have learned so much from each other. I'm a huge soccer fan, so of course, Jessica McDonald and just the whole North Carolina Courage team came to mind. We support the team and what they do also in the community. King Godwin, some of the people you've already mentioned, just yes. So I felt if I could be of service or I could help in any way bring this to life, I will do it. I'm also an artist myself, not in music, but I understand bringing a concept to life and what that also means as an artist and somebody also, who produces. So somebody who's writing a song, somebody bringing a visual to life, what that also means to them. So that was a little bit behind it, but I was just trying to exhaust my mind and my network for who I could pass along and if I could help in any way, which it wound up helping. So I'm glad for that, but you can see.
Yeah, Susie was instrumental, and I would have never even thought of the drag queen story hour. Like that was Susie. And I was like, what is that? It's so exciting. She had some phenomenal ideas and was hugely instrumental in finding all of those people and really coming up with different ideas. Like we were thinking, like when you think about diversity, you also think just like Black people or people who are in the LGBTQ community. You don't really think about the wide span. And we were thinking like, white men, there's some of them who very much fall into that diversity realm. And the veteran, and Susie's like, I know the person. It's gone for me. And I was like, fabulous. And Liam was great, So again, it was really a collaborative effort, and it's really appreciated. I do want to mention Dillis Price, who is the oldest woman ever to skydive. She's in that video. She has since passed away. She passed away a couple of years ago, and I reached out to her. She lived in England, and reached out to her family, and they were so excited about her being in the video because that was her passion. That diversity, that age really is just a number, and that you're still living and doing exciting things regardless of how old you are. So I love being able to see her and her skydiving. It was great.
That is awesome. I just want to thank you both for this. As Susie was talking about feeling it, I felt it as the song was going. I've heard it so many times already, but every time I had chills, my head's bopping, and I had to stop myself from singing the chorus. Don't
stop.
But I want to, Sharon, everyone knows my favorite person, Sharon. You have any questions? Anything you want to throw in there? I may put Sharon on the spot, but
can you hear me? Oh,
yes.
Hi. Acting as producer behind the scenes here.
I always want Sharon in front with me. So.
It's interesting. I'd love to go back to where we started with the genesis of the idea when Melanie first brought this to the diversity movement and said, look, we don't want to be so obvious, like, have the lyrics saying the diversity movement or what, like we didn't want to be obvious. We wanted it to be the visuals and the song, the lyrics to tell the story, and the melody to be like a worm. So you can't forget it. Like it's stuck in your head and you want to sing it over and over again. But more so because of the lyrics and the imagery to be front and center. And then, at the end you realize, this is from the diversity movement. And so we wanted the message to be what was front and center. And I think that's what we got, Melanie. I really think that it delivers. And I can't stop watching it. I watch it over and over. I just love it.
I love it too. And I've said this so many times that, we've produced a lot of videos, but this is the one that is the most impactful because it's so meaningful. And as Sharon mentioned, that was very intentional that you watch this video and you're engrossed in these people and you sort of fall in love with them and you're rooting for them. And yes, diversity is beautiful. And then at the very end, you're like, who did that video? And it's the diversity movement. Now it makes sense. Like, why are we here? You know, why are we celebrating these people? And it's because of the diversity movement. And that's what the movement's mission is. And I've said it so many times, but I'm really grateful that the diversity movement let us just take off with this vision that you weren't too sure about, right? That you trusted, and it came out really beautifully. So I'm glad for that.
That's awesome. And Sharon, we'll put the YouTube link in the comment section.
It's already there.
Awesome. Yeah. Perfect.
And the nice thing is, when Melanie was producing this with Jarvis, the closed captions are embedded in it. So, which is nice. It's already there and ready to go. We don't need special SRT files or anything like that. The captions are there. And I think if you all have read some of the comments, people seeing this, I mean, so many folks have just love. That's if I were to do a word cloud of all the feedback thus far, it's been love and beautiful. And, people are sharing it through all the different channels. Mm-hmm. And a lot of folks asking, who is this Autumn Nicholas? Career. I mean, she's already incredibly talented, working full-time as a musician in Nashville, even though she's from the Triangle area. But I hope this helps elevate her career. And, I think this is one of those pieces that we'll continue to see for many, many months and hopefully years. It's evergreen. This is a message for all times.
Yeah. Right. And Anna, we do wish her well. During this whole production, she was moving to Nashville. Wow. So in the production studio, we were like trying to work around her moving schedule to get into the studio. And she worked with us, of course. And she's really a beautiful artist and a beautiful human being. And it was really nice working with her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Sharon, could I ask if you could put a link to the Diversity Movement's website in the comments or chats as well, if it's not there, just so then people could see a little bit more about what we do. If you want to reach out and ask me questions or anybody on our team, because the video, at the end, as you see, but it does match how we do approach things and what we believe in our core values. And I would just love and welcome anybody that has any questions, more so that we can talk together again, to put the work in, to do things together. So thanks for that. I just wanted to.
Yeah. So how can people reach out to you?
Yeah. The video mirrors what you do.
Yeah.
And why you do, and why you are even in existence. Right.
Absolutely.
That's need for diversity.
Mm-hmm. I'll even say people who are one of the first people to comment when I shared it on all my socials yesterday, a very unexpected comment from someone who generally would not view the world the same way that all of us do. And not to play politics or anything, but it was just such an unexpected, lovely thing to get a comment from someone who isn't maybe as open-minded as we are. And it really touched their soul.
Oh, that's lovely.
Fantastic.
Well, that makes it all worth it.
It does.
It really does.
Work in.
Right.
It's those bridges that bring us together. And if we strip away so much what I call the noise sometimes, right, and listen to something like this, listen to this, have this be that it's a bridge builder. This video is a bridge builder, exactly what you were saying, Sharon, because that could potentially invite thought that we don't know about, that obviously did. It could invite a conversation. It can invite questions. And then that's the ripple effect. And the catalyst is this beautiful piece of art. And so exactly that.
Just seeing all of those faces, when I think about the people that were featured in the video, and especially at 321 Coffee, and they're smiling, and they've got their they're like, we're strong, we're here, we're happy, we matter. There were just everybody there, and talking about religion, and the man who is who's praying, and all of these people who I wanted to see that these are humans. They have a heart. They feel, they matter, they love, and they should be not only respected, but embraced for that individuality that makes our community so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're people first, right? And I think that's what
Absolutely.
is represented in this. And we're all different identities, different categories, and that's represented so beautifully here. And I did also want to, we mentioned Jarvis. We do need to give a shout out to our friends.
Yes, Jarvis Brooker, our phenomenal videographer and director. He's great. He's on vacation, so he can't be with us, but ordinarily he would be here too. It was great. And he feels exactly the same way, and he was excited about the project and, recording all of those people and meeting so many wonderful people. And so he would have probably liked to have chimed in as well, knowing Jarvis. But yes, he was instrumental in producing this video. He's awesome.
For sure. And so,
John, I was going to say, I'm also going to add into the comments section a link to the blog post that the diversity movement wrote about. It's an interview of Autumn and Melanie, and gives you a little bit more insight into the making of the video as well. I'm going to put that in the comments section as well.
Perfect.
Don has a comment in there as well. So it's a really nice article, and it really, I like that it featured Autumn a great bit. That's great. Talked about her overall vision and feelings about diversity as a whole, and why she wanted to be a part of this project. Because she jumped right on it when I mentioned it to her. She's like, yes, and communicated back and forth. And I hope she's doing great things in Nashville. But she's really excited about this song and loves it so much.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
I know we have to wrap it up, but I do, real quick, I want you both to come back on, Susie and Mel. And separately, I love, Mel, you and Jarvis to come on, talk about captioning and accessible videos, the way that you're doing it. And then Susie, I'd love to just talk about the work you're doing at TDM and just life is raising two kids, just like myself.
Yes.
And so just everything. Yes. And I would love to just have both of you on at another time. But can you both share, Susie, how can people get in touch with you?
Sure. Well, and thank you. Yes, talking is one of my superpowers, so I will talk anytime. Susie, SUSIE, at thediversitymovement.com. And also Susie Silver on LinkedIn. Those are the two best ways to get in touch with me. And I would welcome conversation, welcome a chance to connect.
Awesome. And Mel?
Well, I'm at Walk West. Sharon, you can feel free to
put all your emails in the comments section.
I can say it, but people never remember it. You can reach me at LinkedIn, of course, as well. Melanie Sanders. I'm with Walk West, and I'd love to be able to talk to anyone about video production. Sharon and I also do professional development, so I want to put a shout out there too, because we do a lot of different things at Walk West for our clients. So I'd love to have a conversation with anybody out there interested.
Yeah, Melanie and Sharon are a super duo team for how many years now? You guys have been working together.
Well, he used to be my co-anchor. We used to have the 5 o'clock newscast at WNCN, and that was a long time ago.
We've been work wives for a long time. We have.
Yes. But now we do professional development together. We actually are teaching at a class for the NC State Business School. MBA communications, workplace communications class. So we are doing a lot of fun things, and our students are awesome. And we also do a lot of professional communications for various companies around town and outside of the Raleigh area. So we wear a couple of hats.
So folks, reach out to Melanie and Sharon for communications, and Susie with the diversity movement. And just thank you all. I'm just so blessed to have you all as part of my life, and as Mel, you were talking about, the para athletes, people. You guys are my people, so thank you for that. And
we'll come on anytime you invite us. We are thrilled.
Well, thank you all for attending today, and we'll be here every Thursday at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Eastern on LinkedIn Live. So please, leave comments, reach out to Melanie and Susie, and of course Sharon, and thank you all for your time, and bye.
Bye, Susie, John.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.